Long time no see. So I'm gonna do just a hope this finds you message. I don't really know what might come through. Just kind of doing a random reading because it felt like it. And I haven't been doing readings for a minute. Been busy. Life has been stressful and fun. So I'm gonna do 3 oracles and then some tarot. And 2 of these decks are from a reader who I enjoy named Angel from the Nordic Light. The other 2 decks I found on Amazon. I'll have to find their names. Anywho, I'm gonna pull, start grabbing and shuffling this one. So this is gonna be kind of the overall message we're gonna talk about, then we'll use the other 2 decks for clarification. So let's see what message needs to come through. And I traded room with my kiddos. They wanted to sleep in my bed, so I'm in their room and they're in my room. So a little adventure time. All right. Oh my God. Same card I got earlier for myself. Angel number 444. Divine progress. Okay. So clearly the message I'm hearing is moving forward. You're moving forward. Whether you like it or not, you might be kicking and screaming and bitching the whole time, but you're moving forward. You're doing it. I know I am. Kicking and bitching and screaming. So we can all kick and scream together. I don't know why I grabbed the other oracle deck. I meant to grab the tarot, but we're gonna do this. I believe this is like spirit animal oracle. I don't know. It's a really sweet oracle deck. I like this one. Okay, well I guess we're pulling one to go with this one. So let's see. We have confidence. Okay. I kind of want to put one on either side. Then we have rebirth. Cool. The peacock and the serpent. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I like this. Divine progress. Moving forward with confidence. And it's a rebirth. It feels like a rebirth into your authentic self. Becoming more authentic. And this was just, I guess, resharing what was talked about this morning between my mom and I and other readers we listened to together at breakfast. But when you become more authentic, truly you, truly happy, that is the right path you're on, and you're only going to be surrounded by what you need to be surrounded by. Nothing else is going to come towards you. For all the readers who ooga booga dark energies, there are none. There are no dark energies. There is the energy you need to be in, and some may view other levels of energy as darker, but they're not. They're just not the level you're at. Everyone is at a different vibration. Everyone is at a different level, and to demonize them and say they are less than or greater than is stupid. Fucking stupid. So you're at the level you need to be at. Do what is in the level you need to do to be more authentic and more in your purpose and in your power, but don't shit on where other people are at. Kind of a stay in your lane thing, focus on you, and don't say something is less than or greater than or scary or dark, because there is no such thing. That is fear-based lack mentality. There is only what you need to be doing and what is your purpose in your path. So, just wanted to touch on that because I heard that earlier, a reader saying dark energies, and I'm just like, no, because it is all an expression of self. We are all one. So to say something is a demon is saying you are a demon. And you are. We all are. We all are part of the same energy. That demon or darker spirit is there to give you some form of guidance. Instead of rebuking or fearing or protecting, say, what are you here to give me in this walk I am in right now? Don't be afraid of anything. Everything has a message for you. Every fucking thing has a message. Fucking grain of sand, a tree, the cloud, a demon, a dark entity. Everything has a message, and it's our job to listen and not run, because when you run from something, you are avoiding the truth. You're procrastinating something. You're allowing it to have power over you. So don't do that. Don't give something power that doesn't need to have power. You know, you have all the power. You are the creator, the divine, the universe in flesh. We all are. We are all connected. So we are all here to experience our choices and react to our choices of the experiences we chose. That makes sense. So if something is scaring you, look at it in the face and see why. And I don't mean dark entities, I mean life. If there's something in life that you're scared of, look at it and ask why. Stare it down, because it's just a choice that you made, and you're here to figure out the why. So moving on to oh my god, how amazing is this? The devil flipped over. Yes, and I heard something beautiful, and I'm trying to remember what she said about the devil card. We all have it. Oh, speaking of the shadow, oh my god. So this is the quote-unquote shadow aspect in us. This is what she called the ring master, or whatever the circus ringleader is. I'm going to call it the puppet master, because this is the little shadowy figure in us that is putting those fear and lack mentalities in us to protect us, because that evil, spooky thing is just our hurting inner child. The dark, scary stuff is a sad little child who was boxed, cornered, smothered, snuffed, put down, extinguished, forced into a conformity that it did not belong in. So everything evil, dark, and scary is really a hurting, sad little child. So to ignore them, run from them, say they're awful, say they're bad, you're just calling your little inner child awful and bad. And would you say that to yourself, or say that to any little kid? No. Watch your words. Watch your words to yourself. Watch your words to those darker corners in your closet, because what is hiding there is a hurting little child, not a demon, not Satan, not whatever you've been programmed to deem awful. It isn't. It is not. It is something fearing and trying to protect itself because no one protected them. So, with that said, with that brought up, protect them. Pull them out of the corner, pull them out of the shadow, show them they are safe and they may express themselves. And since we contain multitudes, it is more than just one aspect. We're not solving one problem. We are solving generations of our past lives. We are solving generational problems. When we take the time to look in the creases and crevices and look at the quote-unquote scary stuff, we solve problems. You know, cleaning out the attic, we find treasures. We find fun stuff, memories, good times. You know, basements and attics are not all awful, contrary to what horror shows say in horror movies. So get up there, face them, be friends with them, sit with them, cry with them, laugh with them, commune with them, because they are a reflection of yourself. It's a mirror. So find the puppet master, which is a very scared, sad little kid trying to keep themselves safe. And it's you. little you. And it might not be little you from this lifetime. It might be a bunch of little yous from a bunch of little lifetimes. So, the rant, don't demonize shit. It is all important, and it is all useful, and it is all power for yourself. So, I'll stop now, but unless the cards tell me to keep going. Because clearly the devil card popped out for me, much like it did Witch and Scythe. Go check her channel if you like the darker stuff. If you're still afraid of the darker stuff, then don't, but she's good. Okay. I want 2 more to finish out this shadow story. We have 4 of Pentacles. In the world, how funny. Holding on to something that really needs to be let go and completed. You've been given opportunities, and you have grown and rebirthed yourself, and you have the knowledge to end the cycle. So this could be, since I have 3 cards, this could be for 3 different stages. What's the bottom? Oh, balancing, the 6 of Pentacles. I'll keep that. Oh, look, and the 2 of Pentacles. More balancing. I'll keep that too. 4 of Pentacles is usually greed and stuff like that, holding on. But I'm looking at it as holding on to a value or holding on to a view of yourself. That needs to be let go or balanced out, with the 6 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles popping out too. It needs to be balanced. There's something in balance that is trying to end. The cycle is trying to end, but you're like death gripping the shit out of it, so it can't go anywhere. Trusting that it will work out the best way possible. It might not look it. It might not feel it. It might not look like it's going to go the way you want, but you have to trust that it is going to be the way that you need, and it'll help clear stuff. It's the box you need to move to see a specific corner in the closet, to see a specific shadow. We might want the other side done first, but there's an order to the process that we might not understand or see. Because the light switch might be in that corner versus that one. But it makes sense that it'd be over there, but it's not, it's over there. So it's kind of like not a bait and switch, but hey, it's in an odd spot you might not expect. So that's what it's feeling like, an imbalance between your inner self. It could be a balance with your masculine and feminine, your doing and receiving. One needs to be more balanced than the other. But it just feels like a death grip on something that you need to just drop it and release and allow the flow of healing, the flow of self-forgiveness. I don't know, just be. It just feels like you need to relinquish and be. Do I want to pull any more? Okay, let's see what the world's about. Let's see what exactly needs to end, other than a death grip on something you're refusing to let go of. Even though it's balancing itself out. Like, it's kind of like a scale. And if you think you're helping it by holding on to the bottom to give yourself more, when in reality, if you would just let go, you would see it would balance out and you would still have what you need. Does that make sense? Like, you think you're tipping the scales in your favor, but you're only causing yourself more issues and strain and hardship. So just relax, let go, and know that it is going to work out for your highest good towards your divine purpose in your path. And also, if you're holding on to something that doesn't belong to you, why hold on to it? You're just going to stay stuck in one place. And it's not for you, and you're going to be miserable. So here you are holding on to something that is not for you, and you're going to be sick, miserable, tired, stressed. Your body is going to react out to what is not for you. Excuse me, swelling, holding on to weight, feeling sick, joint pain, headaches, dizziness. Anything that manifests itself physically is usually a sign that something is being held on to that doesn't need to be held on to, and you need to sit with it and be like, okay, what am I hyper fixated on and holding on to for dear life? And that's what you need to release. That's what you need to drop. And if it's like a job where you're like, well, I can't because then I'm going to be homeless or broke. Okay, you can't. I get it. But how are you reacting with your coworkers? How are you interacting with your boss, your management? Are you purposely being a fucking cunt? Are you purposely not wanting to be friends with people? Or are you being a people pleaser and trying to be friends with everyone and trying to make everyone happy and taking on workloads that are not yours? Do what is in your pay grade and job description, and that's it. And if you're being a jerk, stop. Why make it harder? You don't need to. Be direct, be precise, but be kind. There's no need to be rude. It just makes life harder. And if they want to be rude, let them be rude. Let them be miserable. Because if you waters off a duck back, you'll be fine. And if it's stuff that you can report, then report it. You know, you don't have to sit in silence and suffer. Build the case that you need to build to get them the boot. But do it even keeled. Very ranty tonight. It's a very ranty reading. All right, so we're asking about the world. What is this cycle that is coming to an end? Whether you like it or not. Oh, we want to pull there. Okay. Eight of Cups. Maybe something you have walked away from or thought you did, but there's still an energetic tie, or you thought, you're like, oh look, I walked away, but really you're holding on to it. And there needs to be a full severing and walking away. Could be, I'm seeing the Three of Cups at the bottom. A friend's group, maybe a friend, and you think you've walked away from them, but you're still talking to other people who talk about them, and you still ask questions about them, that kind of thing. You're figuring out via third party or something like that, and you need to just stop. Save your energy, fully detach and walk away from whomever this is. All right, I kind of want one more. Let's just one more. Since I got two on the Four of Pentacles, I'll do two on the world. Okay. Despite all the complaining I've been doing and ranting, keeping it under 20. Seven of Wands. Boundaries. But also conflict, confusion, annoyance. Yeah, you thought you've walked away from something. You thought you put up boundaries. But if you're disrespecting yourself and still snooping or doing or finding out via someone else, you haven't walked away. You have not. So you need to sit, think, what am I still hyper fixated on? And usually that's a good one. Like, what am I constantly thinking about and why? Is there anything I can do about it? No? Then stop thinking about it. Let it be. You know, you can only beat a dead horse so much. But yeah, this is feeling very shadow. This is like self-reflection. And this is the thing. I know there's a shit ton of retrogrades going on and planets are going nuts and there's a Lion's Gate and all this stuff. But we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're getting down to the bottom. We have rendered all we can and we're getting rid of the scraps that are unedible. And this kind of feels like the gristle, the knuckles, we've boiled the carcass as much as we can. And this is the stuff we just have to discard. It's no longer serving us. We got everything we needed out of it. We're done. And so really sit and look at what's festering still. What is bothering you? What is just griping you? And go from there. Be like, okay, why does this gripe me? Is there anything I can do about it? And just keep asking the why till you get there. Even if you have to write it, talk to yourself as you do this. Speak kindly though. Don't say, oh my God, you're so stupid for being hung up on this boyfriend from 7th grade. Be hung up. be hung up, but ask why. Boil it down. It usually boils down to self-worth and sadness, not being heard, abandonment, inner child wounds. So just keep asking the whys and get it down to it and feel the feels. Cry the tears. Scream if you need to. Release it, because it's no longer yours. You don't need it anymore. The past is the past. Accept it, understand it, honor it, move forward. Take the powerfulness of the knowledge you've learned from it and the wisdom, and forge your trail with the new tools that you have. This wisdom falls out. I love it. Yes. You've been given little gems, and it's so funny. There's behind the owl, kind of looks like a gem, like a little jewel. You know, you might think you've been handed just a plain old dirty rock, but if you wash it, or if you break it open, it might be a geode. It might be, you know, a diamond in the rough. So it might look like we're being handed a pile of shit, but shit is fertilizer. Put it in your garden, grow something yummy. We have moods. I can tell you for sure all this change will bring out so much in you. Speaking from personal experience, we have manifestation, and we have power and healing. Wow, it just keeps going. And release. Yeah, release what's toxic. I'll stop there because I could just keep pulling it. And then the top card is home. So this definitely feels like childhood wounds, something from your inner child that has been lacking and has been ignored for too long, and it's rearing its head saying, look at me. And kind of like with wounds, when you let a wound go too long, it gets infected and nasty looking. When you neglect anything, it gets nasty. With attitude or with appearance, it just isn't good. Neglecting a dog, an animal, it will lash out at you. And that's what our inner child and our shadow aspect will do. If it is ignored or not given the attention that it needs to process, move on, release, and heal, then it's going to get uglier and uglier and uglier until you pay attention to it, because you can only run for so long. And it will follow you next lifetime. So if you do not handle it this time, be prepared next lifetime. But yes, something about the progress you've made, loving yourself, being authentic, a rebirth into this new way of doing, thinking, feeling, being, but also addressing the last little bit of remnants that need to be addressed. What are you still holding on to? What needs to be balanced? What needs to be released? Do you need to be more receiving than giving and doing? Do you need to do more than receive? Are you too much in a profane feminine or profane masculine? Sit and analyze. Just sit with yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. If you don't like journaling, picture taking, because when you take a picture of whatever you're doing, you can go back and remember what you did within that short time frame you took that picture. So if you went to lunch with someone, take a picture of your food. You know who you went to lunch with. Was that draining? Was that fulfilling? Was that, meh? Recall the feelings, the emotions within that moment. Yeah, I think I've complained and bitched at you enough. If this kind of hit the nail on the head, or if it made you angry, let me know why. Let's get to the bottom of it. Triggers are also really good. Ooh, look at me. Raised hand flags of what needs to be addressed. Why does something make you mad? And ask why. Like, there's some things that get me so pissed And I sit with myself. I'd be mad. I'm totally angry. But then I go, okay, why? Why did it? Why did it? Usually injustice. Why is it unjust? Because some are not in power. What has caused the imbalance of power? Greed. And usually we can boil it down to, again, a hurting little child who was not in power, did not have power, was not safe. Because most of what's going on and this delightful little world we're in is based off of hurting people who were neglected and not addressed as little children. And it's become greed and ugliness manifested in power over things. So when we can understand it, we can move through it, and we can release what we can and cannot do. There's some things we can do about it, and there's some things we cannot. And we have to just trust that what we are able to do will turn over whatever needs to be turned over. So, let me know what makes you angry, and if this made you angry. And if it did, I'm glad.